Today we're doing Math 6, Mission 6, Lesson 1, Tape Diagrams and Equations. All right, let's see how tape diagrams and equations can show relationships between amounts. Here's our warm-up for today. Below are two diagrams. One represents 2 plus 5 equals 7. The other represents 5 times 2 equals 10. Determine the equation that matches up with each diagram. Then label the lengths of each diagram. Okay, so essentially we're trying to find a diagram that represents 2 plus 5 equals 7 and a diagram that represents 5 times 2 equals 10. Well, we know that when we say times something, we're usually talking about groups of, right? So I'd say 5 groups of 2. So looking at these two diagrams, which one shows us 5 groups of 2 or 5 copies of 2? Well, here we only have 1, 2, but here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, there we have 5 groups with 2 in each group, right? 5 groups of 2. So this one would be our multiplication. And this one looks more like adding, addition, right? So our total would be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is 10, or 5 times 2, which is 10. And this one more looks like addition, where we have 2, right? 2 plus our 5, 2 plus 5 is 7, okay? Draw a diagram that represents each equation. So we have 4 plus 3 equals 7. So this is our addition. This one right here is our addition look. So if I'm going to copy that, it's going to look like this. We have a group of 4 plus a little smaller group of 3, and that should equal 7. Okay. Now this one is our multiplication one. So if I'm going to follow that one, for 2 it says 4 times 3 equals 12. So I should have 4 groups of 3. So that looks like this. I have 4 groups with 3 in each group to get me a total of 12. Okay. All right, here are 2 tape diagrams. Match each equation to one of the tape diagrams. So if we're just looking at this, right, x could represent any number. In this one, it's going to be a specific number, but they use x to just say it's a number that we don't know, okay? So x equals something, we're not sure. And in this, x is going to equal different things, okay? So x here is going to be different than the x over here, okay? So red x is going to be different than blue x, okay? So here we go. List the equations that match up with the tape diagram here. So we're going to call this A diagram and this B diagram, okay? And we're going to list all of the equations that match with A over here and all that match with B over here. All right, so here we go. 4 plus x equals 12. Well, we know from up here that when we have uneven looking ones like this, that's going to be our addition. So this is probably us adding, and this is us multiplying, right? So do we have 4 plus x equaling 12? Yes. So this goes 4 plus x equals 12. So 1 is done. Let's look at this. 2. 12 divided by 4. 12 broken into 4 groups equals x. 12 broken into 1, 2, 3, 4 groups equals x. So that one goes over here. 12 divided by 4 equals x. Now we have 4 times x equals 12. 4 groups of x equals 12. Again, that looks like diagram B. So we're going to do 4 times x equals 12. 12 equals 4 plus x. Well, look, this says 4 plus x, and number 1 says 4 plus x. They've just put the 12 equals on the left side instead of on the right side. So it goes with diagram A. 12 equals 4 plus x. All right, 5. 12 minus x equals 4. So if I go back up to A and I have 12 and I take away x, I am left with 4. So 12 minus x does in fact equal 4. This one says 12 equals 4 times x. Well, 4 times x is the same as 4 times x over here, so that is correct. 12 equals 4 groups of x, 4 times x. 12 minus 4 equals x. Well, let's look here. If I have 12 and I take away 4, does it leave me with x? Yes, it does. So 12 minus 4 equals x goes in diagram A. X equals 12 minus 4. Okay. So if I have 12 and I take away 4, does it equal x? Yes, it does. And if you notice, that is exactly what's up here. 12 minus 4 equals x equals x. So x equals 12 minus 4, same thing. Now let's look at this. This is x plus x plus x plus x equals 12. So that's 4 x's. That's 4 copies of x. So that's what it looks like. So we would take this and we would say x plus x plus x plus x equals 12. So that goes here. X plus x plus x plus x equals 12. 4 copies of x. All right. For each equation, draw a diagram. Then find the value of the unknown that makes the equation true. So we're going to draw a diagram. 18 equals 3 plus x. So we have a 3 plus something else, and I drew it big because it all has to equal 18, and 3 is kind of tiny. All of that, 3 plus x has to equal 18. So that's like saying if I have 18 and I take away the 3, what do I have left over? Well, just x. So I can do 18 minus 3 to get me what x is. That's 5, and that's 1. So that equals 15. So 15 is x. And how do we know? Because 15 plus 3 equals 18. So solve for x. X equals 15. All right, let's look at this. This one says 18 equals 3 times y. So that would be 3 groups of y. So we would have 1, 2, 3. Y, y, y. 3 groups of y that equals 18. So this is like 3 times y equals 18. So, or we can switch it around and say 18 divided by 3 equals y. So what is 18 divided by 3? Well, 18 divided by 3 is 6, so y must be 6. And if we do 3 times 6, does that equal 18? Yes, it does. So y is 6. Please review your lesson summary.